the show, everybody. This book is called Trapped in My Own Mind, and the author, sitting next to me, is Dale Grisso, a Chattanooga State employee who tells a personal story about overcoming challenges in life like depression and suicide. He changes those negative thoughts into positive experiences. We welcome Dale back to the show, along with Tony Hines, who played a pivotal role in this book. We should say, Tony, congratulations. You graduated from Chattanooga State. You're now enrolled at Bryan College, and you were just accepted into the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Union. So you're doing fantastic.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
You know what? We've done this with you about 3 times. Every time you come on, you talk about different stories that are being told. You're making an impact with a lot of people when you go out and speak to these young people, because you can't, what the message here is what?
Well, speaking out. And Trapped in My Own Mind was my own story, but it wasn't just mine. Tony was actually pivotal at the very beginning of that book process of sharing his own story. And Tony was one of the ones that said, I want to be someone who breaks the cycle of fear that entraps us with our stories instead of reaching out for help or sharing our stories with others.
Dale, we have certainly heard your story. We're going to talk about that in a moment. So, Tony, I'm going to welcome you to the set. It's so good to have you here.
Thank you.
You spoke your mind. What did you talk about?
Well, I talk about depression and suicide in the black community. So many times it's thought of as being something that is hid behind the doors, if you would say. The black community itself, we hide behind it in fear because it's simply not cool, or we simply fear the retaliation of other individuals or our peers in the neighborhood.
So what made you come out? What made you speak out? You obviously, mental illness, it hurts. It is a very, very painful thing for so many people. Did that bring you out? Did it say, look, I'm moving on with my life. I'm leaving y'all deniers behind?
So many people are suffering from this disease that we don't know about. Or it could be someone in your own family, but you just simply don't talk about it. And all you have to do is just open your mouth, say 2 or 3 words, like, I need help. Somebody please help me. There's so many people out there striving. So much of this illness goes unseen, unheard of in the community simply because we do not have the guts to speak up and speak out. And that's what this book does.
Have you, by speaking out, have you convinced other people, African-American friends, to say, look, you know what, I think I've got the same thing you have, Tony, and maybe that's why I'm hurting so much, or maybe that's why I'm just in the negative mood that I'm in.
Right. Well, I feel as though I've done nothing special. The only thing that I did was done what I was supposed to do, which was I have kids, and I don't want them to go around fearing what I felt in my life. And that what motivated me to keep going.
If you didn't speak out about a mental illness, if you did not speak out about this problem, do you think you would be as successful as you are right now? How do you think you'd be?
God moves us in certain ways. And so I feel as though my success is being a father. Anything else is added on to that.
You know, with a mental illness, you can't enjoy those opportunities like being a dad.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, you cannot be a great father because you've got so much trouble in your mind. Do you feel like you've come a long way as being a dad as well?
It's freeing. It's freeing because I have a support system that are around me. My friends, my family, my relatives, a friend like Dale that has really, since me and him went to school, it has been an eye-opening experience. And it's an honor to be included in his book.
Dale, your story is what? And I'm so glad you're right. Talking about being a pivotal person for your book. Your story is what?
Well, it's amazing. We both come from diverse backgrounds. I came not from the street perspective. I came from a personal perspective, what I call self-bullying. And yet, Tony and I both came to the same conclusions, that we bottle things up. We have a fear of sharing our stories and reaching out. And therefore, we're not helping anyone, but we're not also helping ourselves. So we both came together and said, we want to break that cycle of fear in our community, whether it's from the streets or it's from your personal struggles, hidden right under the radar, living a normal life. Maybe you've been diagnosed, maybe you haven't. Maybe you haven't told anyone. But breaking out of that and saying, you know what, there's a bigger purpose to my life than just keeping all this in. And maybe I can use this to help somebody else. That's where we come from.
And Dale, you are doing what with this book? What are you doing with the research that you've done with people like Tony's stories? What are you doing?
The stories were included in the book called Speaking Out in the back section. Trapped in My Mind has that section called Speaking Out, and we made a Facebook group out of that, and our stories are appearing there where we can continue to collect more stories. So yes, Tony was pivotal in getting that started. And as
so
a
in other
result,
words, you have a Facebook page, you're asking people to speak out and to be a part of this.
On the group, exactly. You can actually read other people's stories there in the files, but you can also share your own story through speakingoutcampaign@gmail.com.
Wow, the response has been what?
It's been great. We've seen people that come from every imaginable perspective, but have common struggles and say, we want to help somebody else, we're tired of keeping this to ourselves. And it's like it opens people up, and we're seeing a flow in the community that's positive now, and not just negative. And that happens on college campuses as well, because they feel trapped too.
Man, what a great segment. I'm so glad you came on. And Tony, I'm just thrilled about your success, and I'm truly thrilled about your honesty. And your whole family's going to benefit because of this speaking out.
Thank you.
I really, really wish you all the best. Tell us, the book is available on Amazon?
Yes, Amazon.com and in the Chattanooga State Bookstore. It's restocked, so you can buy a copy there. You can read the stories, but we want to encourage people to share your own story and consider the Speaking Out group on Facebook, where we can post events and different things that are going on, and just see how you need to benefit, whether it's reaching out for some help or just sharing your story with somebody else.
For an author, the best word you could ever heard, restocked.
Yes.
Keep it up, buddy.
Yes, thank you.
Dale, Tony, all the best to y'all.
Thank you.
You like the set, man?
It's beautiful. Yeah, you got done great.
But did you like Will?
Yeah, he was fabulous.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I was dancing.
Will was speaking out in his own way. Hey, all the best to y'all. We're back. 3 Plus U. We're going to talk about a graduation gift you probably haven't thought about.